Yeah, so I've been taking like little clips from like the show, and I've been putting like stupid stuff on it and then posting it just to have like extra content throughout the day. Because for some reason, TikTok has just not been giving us play. Because we haven't been posting so much, right? So TikTok has literally been like, okay, so you were getting like 1,000 views, 500 views, whatever. We're gonna give you 29 views.
Oh wow!
And you're like sitting there for like 3 days, like, yo, why is it 29 views, right? But the more you post, the more views you get. So we're starting to get back up there. But anyway, what up, everybody? This is that One Piece Talk. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
And this is that One Piece Talk where we talk One Piece. This is episode 18. I want to say thank you for joining us. It means a lot. Much love to you. You better like that video. And you better subscribe to us. And leave a comment. Because we do appreciate your support. And we're going to just keep providing some extra good material.
Much love.
So, anyway, Lawrence, how are you?
Not too bad. Just sore. I went in working out Saturday.
Yeah, you were working on your glutes?
It was leg day. You know what I'm saying? So, got that in.
Oh, yo, listen, man. More pokes out, man.
Getting thick. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So, as you notice, there's a huge person not here right now. I think he's on TikTok Live. So, Sebastian, what up? He happens to be a little under the weather, so he's not going to be here today. So, I'm going to play his role, and we're going to go over chapter 1028. So, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get started. So, with the cover page of One Piece chapter 1028, we have Nami and Usopp basically being like streamers, but they're playing against each other. You see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you notice everybody in the background who they are?
Yo, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's dope. Is that Super Smash Bros?
That is Super Smash Bros.
That's what I saw, right?
Yeah, that's Super Smash Bros. For sure.
That's dope.
I noticed that Ken, I said Ken. Luffy was Ken from Street Fighter. Mm-hmm. Frankie was Donkey Kong. Mm-hmm. I think Sanji's Metroid.
It could be. I was thinking, was it Samus?
No, that's who it is.
Okay,
that's from Metroid. Yeah, Samus.
Yeah.
No, you were more correct than I was.
Okay.
Jinbei is obviously Super Mario. Mm-hmm. Zoro Zelda. I do not know who Chopper is.
Same. I was trying to figure it out. I was
like what? It's a hippo,
is that
right?
Diddy? No.
No, that's
a hippo. Yeah,
that's
right.
Yeah, it's like a hippo.
I don't know.
I couldn't figure out who Brooke was either.
Me neither. I'm thinking Robin. The only thing of
it's like Morrigan.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Morrigan.
But Morrigan doesn't have horns on her head like that.
Maybe Oda add his own spin.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Yeah, I do like this cover page, color page a lot though. To be honest, because it's very detailed, even though it looks super simple. Like if you look at Usopp and what's on his goggles and like the controllers and even the burger and like the snacks on the table.
Yeah.
It's super, super detailed. Like even the way he's sitting, and Nami's the same. You know, like I was just like, this is really good. It was definitely one of my favorite, color pages that I could remember.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yo, it's super detailed. Like you could take a long time and just keep looking at it.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like for me, I was like, that's definitely Super Smash.
Yeah. So color page, 1 out of 10. I'm gonna probably give it like a good 8 for sure. Yeah, what would you give it?
The cover page, honestly, I liked it a lot. I'll probably give it, I was going to say 10, but you know what? I'm going to give it a 9.
9?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9.
That's fair. All right, so to get into the chapter, we are basically seeing Bao Huang. I think that's her name. She's like the chick with the eye paper on her face. And she's basically saying to everybody that there's a second dragon, and it's not Kaido. And that Vegapunk's creation of the devil fruit that copied basically Kaido's, it wasn't a fake. That Luffy's also riding Kaido. I mean, not Kaido, but riding this dragon. So we cut back and we go to CP0, and CP0 is basically hoping that the pirates destroy each other. But I forgot this guy's name with the hat, but he's like, yo, why did you call me? And he's just like, the person on the phone is like, well, we have orders from above on the freak chance that Kaido actually loses. So it's good to see that the government is like, yo, there's a possibility that he could lose, even though we don't suspect that he will. So we're going to take action, which I thought was very great on their part.
Yeah.
So basically, the nation of Wano is unaffiliated with the world government, and it's going to be placed under the government's direct control. So they have ships going to Wano already. So does it seem possible to you? Is what the guy on the other phone is saying. So this guy with the hat from CP0 is just like, well, the battle started at 30,000 Kaido versus 5,400 for the pirate samurai mink alliance. And now Kaido only has 12,000 men, and the pirate mink and ninja / samurai alliance has 8,000. And he's like, this is a fascinating battle, I have to admit. So he sees the turning point between what's actually happening, how Kaido's actually losing in a way. And he's been losing the whole time.
Yeah.
But he just hasn't been taken out. So he goes, but I just can't envision Kaido actually being beaten. And then we finally see the back of who we all suspected is Rob Lucci, but we also see Kaku in the background sleeping. And then I forgot the girl's name that Sanji fought during... Khalifa, there you go.
Is that Khalifa?
Yeah, she has the short hair now. So he goes, I'll wait for your report. Oh, and there's one more order. And he goes, bang, Rob Lucci's face. Bring back Nico Robin. He says no matter which way the battle goes, basically, it's to the forces of the piracy. She's the most important piece. So just capture her. Don't kill her, though. And then you see Robin, who's now up and running, and she looks like she's fighting back with Brooke. And she's like, oh, it's so good to have you around, Brooke. And then he goes, yo, ho, 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 careful, I'll get carried away. Which is like him flirting, I guess, instead of being a gross pervert. And then we go back to Onigashima and how it's above Wano. So you hear basically Momonosuke going to Yamato. I can't make clouds. He's still trying to do that. It's only 5 minutes left until the flower capital. Onigashima reaches the flower capital. So, you know, he goes, this is too cruel. Don't leave me on my own. He's still like a little kid, and he needs Yamato or a person of guidance to follow and tell him still what to do, even though he's 28. And then she's like, you can do it. And he's like, no, I can't. So he's just going back and forth with summoning these flame clouds. So he does something a little funny where he's like, I summon thee, flame clouds.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I can't do this. If I don't do this, countless people are going to die. So then he says, I refuse to let this bomb fall on the city. So then all of a sudden we go to the side of Onigashima, and you see Yamato in her hybrid form climbing the side. And it kind of reminds me of how Luffy had Nami and I believe Sanji in his mouth, and he was climbing up the mountain.
Yeah. On
Yeah, it brought back that memory for me.
Chopper's Island.
Yeah, Chopper's Island.
Drum Island. There you
Drum
go.
Island, yeah. And he, you know, she's climbing up, and it reminded me of him. And she's basically like going through a flashback in her head where it's like, listen closely, Momonosuke. I'm going to head back to the Skull Dome right now to keep the damage to a minimum in case of absolute disaster. So he's like, what? And she's just like, there's a massive armory beneath the Skull Dome contains countless explosives. She's like, if I don't do something about them, the worst case scenario could be dozens of times more destructive. So he's like, wait, what? You're leaving me? And then she's like, hang in there. So then you see her go into what we suspect is like how Chopper manipulates his own Zoan fruit.
Yeah.
Where she now has multiple, so she could turn into an actual wolf. So it's pretty cool. I don't know if this is her full Zoan.
Like full mode?
Yeah, because you know how Kaido can turn into an actual dragon?
Yeah.
She can turn an action into a wolf, and then she also has her hybrid form. And then wasn't she able to do something else? No, this is the first time we've ever seen her full Zoan form, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool.
Apparently she's huge, too. This is, they said...
I mean, she's a big person overall.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so seeing her turn into her wolf mode was pretty cool. So then we go back to the performance floor inside the dome, and then you see Queen and Sanji just basically going at it. And Queen is using all of his mechanical, like, limbs plus his actual arms, and he's just attacking Sanji with everything. And then Sanji's blocking it. And he's like,
blocking and dodging, yeah.
He's blocking, he's dodging, but he's also saying, like, Queen's power is real. Like, it's heavy when he's blocking it.
Yeah.
So Sanji sometimes has to dodge. So Queen goes, hey, I want you to show me that Germa 6-6 suit that your father created. I want to see that science. And then you hear Chopper go, Sanji, and then he goes, I know you used that suit against King earlier. It made you disappear. It made you go invisible. So Sanji's like, something's off with my body. Like, something's been off. Even Zoro noticed it. I'm still experiencing that feeling. What's going on? So then Queen just goes, put that suit on. And Sanji's like, I told you not to call me a Vinsmoke. I'm not a part of that family. I'm not wearing that suit at all. So then Queen does an attack called Black Coffee Beam, not bean, beam. And Sanji jumps in the air, does Diable Jambe, and then he does Bien Huit. It's French. I don't know how to say it. And it's basically a grill shot. So I thought this was really nice to see because it has like that grill effect on his stomach.
The lines,
yeah, and I was just like, man, that's dope. I was like, yo, I want Sanji to do more things like that. And then he obviously knocks back Queen. Queen sort of goes back into his full Zoan mode, and then you hear like Sanji's like actually huffing and puffing. Like you can tell it's either he's taking too much damage or he's been fighting too long or like something's happened with his body. So I don't really know. But you see Queen go, basically that organic kick of yours packs a pretty punch. In that case, let me stash the mechanisms and show you pure dino terror. So then he goes into this like horizontal form and he goes, dinosaurs have ruled the world for hundreds of millions of years. Witness the raw power of the king. He goes into this horizontal mode. His tail sticking all the way out. His neck is stretched all the way out. And basically he slaps off the building in back of him. And you see his body stay in place, but his neck and tail shoot forward. And he calls it the Brachiosnakeus. And everybody does the Enel face. So you see like what's his name from the White Bear Pirates?
Izuma? Is it Izuma?
No, Izu.
Izu.
It's Izu, and that's Marco making the face, and then Watada? What's the green guy's name? That's a Akazaya. He's part of the Akazaya 9. What?
Harogo? No.
No. He's in the next one. But he's not part of the Akazaya 9. The green fish man.
Oh.
What's his name? I forgot his name. All right, anyway, he's making the Enel face too. Chopper is. Hogoromo is. Everybody's just basically like, what the hell is going on? And then you see that even Sanji freaks out. He's like, what? And then he gets caught into basically Queen's grip. And he wraps around him like a snake.
Yeah.
And he goes, caught you napping. This is what the Brachiosaurus could do. Which we know dinosaurs can't do that. Yo, we can't do that. It's just stupid.
It's not real at all.
Yo, not real at all. So he goes, not a single person has ever escaped from the clutches of the Bronchiolis. And then you hear like the pirates like screaming, just hoping he's okay. But this is what makes this a little bit more interesting. Queen goes, even masters of the color of armament hockey cannot prevent broken bones and ruptured organs from this pressure. They all get taken out of commission. So then he's like, you're not putting much of a fight, Judge's son, but if you promise to show me the power of Germa, I could give you a little breather. And then Sanji's like completely against it. He's like, yo, I'm never doing this. So then everybody looks at Queen's body that he left, and they go, just look at that. For a normal Brachiosaurus, that leftover material would be as useless as legs on a snake, but I am a scientist. Oh, Queen said that. I thought the samurai said that. So he goes, I also equipped brachio launchers on my torso, which basically means the torso that he left behind will shoot on his command as long as he says brachio launchers. And what happens? They end up shooting him because he's in the line of direct fire. So then he goes, "You idiots," which I don't, him saying "you idiots," does that mean like his body is more than, I would suggest that it's like a bunch of pieces put together.
Yeah.
But he thinks they're sentient.
Yeah, like
so
you're the brain.
Yeah, so he's like, "Yo, you're supposed to shoot when I call out brachio launchers, like an attack," and then they shoot him again. So then Queen actually damages himself. Blood splurts out his mouth, squirts out of his mouth, and then Sanji falls to the ground and gets back up. So then Chopper's like, "Yo, Sanji, what happened to you? You all right?" He's like, "You look kind of freaky. Did you turn into a zombie?" And so then you see Sanji's body like kind of how Yonji looked when we saw him during Whole Cake Island, where he kind of permanently messed up the Yonji's face, but then they needed like this pressure mechanism to put his face back together.
Yeah.
So Sanji goes, "I don't know, it hurts, but I can still move fine. All of your bones are broken, Sangoro." So he goes, "What's wrong with my body?" He's like, "Oh no, I hope I didn't awaken Latin powers like theirs," meaning his brothers and his sister. So Queen goes, "You stupid brat." And then Chopper goes, "Pay attention, Sanji, behind you." So Sanji kind of goes, "There, I'm back." Basically meaning that he regenerated. Like his bones snapped back into place and he's no longer hurt like he was. And then you see Queen swinging the sword towards his face / neck, and Sanji's neck and body break the sword. So then Sanji goes, "This sucks. I didn't want to be a monster like them." And then Queen is just completely flabbergasted. And he's like, "What? How did my sword break?" basically. So that ends the chapter. So after going through the chapter and see, everything, what were your thoughts?
It was
And then we'll do the rating because we forgot to rate the chapter last time. So we'll rate the chapter this time. So what'd you think? What'd you think of the chapter overall?
So pretty much in the beginning, I liked a decent amount of information, but we all talked about this before. About like, we kind of already suspected that CP0 or the world government, would try to take advantage of the situation. Yeah. Because they've talked about Wano for a while now, and they kind of showed that they always kind of wanted Wano underneath, like in their grass, like part of their thing. But it was like, alienated. And I guess could have been part of the reason was Kaido. Now Kaido out of the picture, even though they don't really see it happening, but just the slightest chance showing how valuable Wano is, just a slight chance that they can get it, they're preparing for it. Like you said, it's smart on their part because you seem more like an organization that pretty much like you could say like why you're in power. Like you take precautions for even these situations. So this is like their part. It's smart.
So my question to you, right, is if let's just say Kaido gets beaten and the government decides to make their move, I suspect that Luffy will be out. He won't be able to defend anything because it's going to take his all just to beat Kaido, right? So if the government comes and there's nobody to defend Wano on either side, do you think a third party comes into play? And if so, who would that third party be?
Third party. So it's going to be interesting because, for example, like, again, all right, so like Kaido gets beating, but also still leaves Big Mom here, Yeah. I don't know if Big Mom's going to defend Wano for Kaido because they have this alliance, or she's just going to abandon him. Also, we still have the remains of her pirate crew. Because right now, the only ones here is just her and her eldest son, Prespero, Prespero just lost.
He did lose.
Yeah, so he's out. So now it's just Big Mom. So when the world government comes, they might even meet, like the big mom pirates might even see the world government coming.
They do have Smoothie though.
Yeah, they do have Smoothie,
but it's just one.
Yeah, but she's out of Sweet Command.
Out of the generals. The generals. Yeah.
I don't know if Oven's there or not.
No, Oven's there.
Oven's there.
Yeah, Oven's there.
So they have some hitters. It's pretty much there. So I don't know if the world government is going to see, like they're going to see the world government first. Either they're going to fight or they're going to go tell Big Mom. I don't know if Big Mom's going to like leave. Just like, all right, I'm out. Alliance is over, or she's going to defend. Yeah. It can go either way. Like pretty much.
Yo, it really can. Like I was thinking to myself, like I don't think Law and Kid can touch her.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't believe they can beat her.
Yeah.
Same. Like she was kind of just soloing all of them without Kaido's help when they were up top, all of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she was bleeding, and like, I'm not a big fan of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's leading me to believe like Kaido's gonna just get beat by Luffy, and then Law and Kid are gonna beat Big Mom, and I just can't see that happening. So I don't think that. I think she's gonna get taken out some way or somehow too, or she's gonna just run.
Yeah.
But it depends. Let me ask you this now: if they do suspect that Kaido may lose, and the ships from the government are there currently trying to get into Wano, who do you think is on those ships? Do you think it's Green Bull? Do you think it's Kizaru? Who do you think would be on those ships in order to take over the leftovers, I guess you could say?
You would definitely need an admiral present.
Yo, 100%.
Like at least one. You can need more than one.
Yeah, I agree.
But you need 100%. At least one. Yeah.
Do you think it's Green Bull? You think we get his introduction?
Well, according to one theory, it's gonna be Fujitora and Green Bull. According to one theory.
So you saying that Fujitora is gonna come through because Fujitora ended up being Boa, because he went after Boa Hancock. Mm-hmm. So you're saying that Boa Hancock lost?
Wait, did he go after Boa?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Because I know Sebastian said that would be a smart strategy. Because
I think that did happen.
I don't know if they said, because I know what was it? Was it Kobe?
I swear that happened.
I don't know if they showed that Fujitora was the main people going after Ball. Because also too, swordsman. Why wouldn't they send him after Mihawk? You know, but I don't know. Like pretty much, it would make sense because he's blind. But then again, I keep telling Sebastian because Sebastian keeps.
I forgot then. I forgot. I think I'm making a mistake then.
I don't remember. I gotta look back at it.
Yeah,
you could
I gotta
be right,
look back.
But I don't remember. It's like it was said that Fuji was going after Ball Hancock.
Yeah.
You know, because also too right now. I don't know what their plan is, because if you're going after the Shichibukai right now, you're stretching it too thin. How are you going to handle the whole alliance with Big Mom and Kaido, also the Wano situation? Are you just sending world government there? Because who do you have that's strong enough in the world government? Because we haven't seen no power besides the All-Stars, like the 5 elders.
Yeah.
Like, all right, the Marines you have the Admiral. But the world government, to me, because the world government is the topper position, you should have some hitters in the world government too that should be able to at least rival that strength to keep in power.
Yeah.
You know? Not saying the Marines would ever rebel against the world government, but the world government is the world power, not the Marines. They're just a branch in the world government, you know?
Yeah.
So pretty much, I don't know. The only thing, for answer your other question, it could be to help out, Luffy's Grand Fleet could show up because you're, like, you know?
I think that the Grand Fleet would come through, but the question is, how would they know? Like, who would tell the Grand Fleet, any of them? How would they find out?
Well, didn't they know already when Luffy made the Grand Fleet? Didn't they already know that they're going to fight a Yonko? Right.
That's something else. I think
because they did the cups of sake, and I'm thinking in all the newspaper, didn't they say something about like Luffy
being in Wano?
Yeah. So like.
So you think that they just go to Wano and then show up?
Like, yo, Luffy's gonna he's first in Kaido. He's gonna need help.
He's probably gonna. That would probably be the best outcome. But what would you like to see? You know, like what would you like to see? That the government comes in, everybody's basically exhausted. What would you want to see to make the story better, in your opinion?
Well, you already know. I like the craziness, like the whole going back to, because it's gonna remind me of. Again, it's funny, Rob Lucci's here, but the NL's lobby arc, where Luffy fought to complete exhaustion, where the Straw Hats had to like take care of Luffy because he beat Rob Lucci, and he's done. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know? But this is seeming like it's too much. It's going to be sounding like too much for Luffy to be able to beat, if he does beat Kaido, and then take on whatever's going to happen left. Like, that's... that's gonna be too much because you just beat a Yonko 1-on-1, and then you still have the energy to keep fighting and doing all this stuff. That's gonna sound like too much. Like, you know, like, all right, where'd you get all this, Luffy? The jump is gonna be too much, you know. So, but I like the craziness where, like, again, because the world, or you see the world government's on the way, so it's looking somewhat like what we've seen in Nell's lobby. But also, I kind of expect too that Big Mom's not gonna throw her alliance away. That her pirates are gonna come. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna probably be another, like, it could be like a 3-part war. Like, I mean, like a 3-battle war where Luffy's crew and Wano against the remnant of the Kaido pirates, if they're not all done, with Kaido's done, but the remnant of the Whitebeard pirates and the world government. Yeah. You know? Big Mom's pirates trying to hold the position of power that Kaido currently has. Mm-hmm. The world government trying to take that over. And pretty much Luffy and his group, like, that are trying to liberate everything, you know? Trying to be free from all that. That's going to be crazy. Like, pretty much, like...
But that's what you want to see.
I want that craziness where, like, the Big Mom pirates come and the world government come, like, no, we trying to take power. Because, you know? And then... Because that... I think is that the craziest... Because, no, I liked One Piece, like... The worst situation that could possibly happen in One Piece usually always happens. And they got to still find a way to overcome it, get through it, get out of it. Yeah. So I want the worst possible situation, like it always does, to escalate to there, where it's like, how do you win? How do you get out of this? Yeah. And they somehow do it.
I need that feeling back. Yeah. I feel like we haven't had that feeling in a minute.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like there's always a way out because of all the plot that's happened, all the power scaling that's happened, all the losses that didn't happen so far. Yeah. It's like... Nobody really even died on their side, on Luffy's side yet. Mm-hmm. But we know people have been knocked out on Kaido's side. Yeah. So it's seeming so one-sided in a way. Yeah. Like, they look pretty hawks. Mm-hmm. I think for me, what I would want to see, I think if our next destination is Elbaf, like we all theorize, I think that having Blackbeard come into the picture where he comes to Wano, because he wants to steal Kaido's devil fruit. Because we all suspect that he's going to complete his Paramecia, Logia, Zoan, you know, all 3 devil fruits. I think he would choose the strongest one, right? Yeah. Like, he chose the strongest Logia fruit, that in his opinion. We know he chose the strongest Paramecia fruit. He's going to want the strongest Zoan fruit. So I think he'll try to take Kaido's fruit, and then... the government will be there. He'll fight the government, and then he'll kind of be like, you know, Blackbeard's kind of mysterious. Yeah. He's going to do something mysterious again. And nobody's really going to be able to stop him, but then all of a sudden, Shanks comes along. But Shanks kind of gets there while he's leaving because he decides again, like, oh, I'm not ready again, or something like that. I think if we saw that and, like, tension grew, and then later we find out, like, you know... Shanks and Blackbeard actually met, and then Shanks ends up dying. I think that makes Wano so much better because it lets Luffy and else leave, and then we kind of get like a Big Mom versus Blackbeard type interaction, and like that would be the perfect send off for Wano, because we've always had this debate, right? Like, the 4 Yonkos, who's the strongest, who could beat who. There's even been talk between like the 5-star elders where they're like, who can take out Blackbeard right now, or who can Blackbeard take out right now? And I think they said something like Big Mom will probably be the only person that would lose to him, or something like that. I think I remember that at some part in One Piece when they were talking. I would want to see 2 Yonko face each other that have nothing to kind of do with the story. You would want to see how Blackbeard has progressed. Like, when does he start playing a part in the villain role? Because he's always in the background just chilling. He's usually just out there doing his thing. We know nothing about him, but to elevate him into that villain status, like, yo, he's here. Like, he's actually a problem. And then he takes out Big Mom. Yo, he takes out Big Mom. Like, the Marines are being taken care of by his huge, you know, he has a fleet now. They're being taken care of by Shiryu and the level 6 prisoners that he had. So they can't really touch him unless there's an admiral. But even if Green Bull is there, maybe Green Bull's like, yo, we should pull out. Like, there's 3 Yonko here. Luffy's here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kid, Law, like there's too much for us to deal with what we have right now. So they pull out and they go, we couldn't stabilize Wano. We couldn't take over Wano. Mm-hmm. I think Blackbeard makes it the craziest we could think about. And it gives us exactly what we want. We want those Yonko interactions. Mm-hmm. We just hope it's not off panel though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
No, like pretty much that's very
that would be super crazy, bro. That would be super crazy.
That would be crazy. It's the only thing is, would Oda and would we want to see Luffy fight the dragon ability again? Because we just seen it with Kaido. Do we want to see it again? Do we want to see something different? Because I believe that he should get a third. Like I told you, I already want Blackbeard to seem like the Hawks do. Then Luffy beat him. Like I told you, all three abilities. And all 3 levels of hockey, conquerors, armament, and observation to the highest level. Like, I want all that. And then awakening all villains, I want all that.
Yeah.
But to me, would something different in a way? Like, something that Luffy hasn't faced yet.
Yeah.
Like, that would kind of, to me, because I also kind of feel like...
So let me ask the question. What Zoan Devil Fruit ability do you want Blackbeard to have?
For the longest, I thought it was going to be Marcos.
Yo, I really did. I did too.
Because to me, I also think of like, for example, to make Blackbeard even stronger. Because right now, I feel like it has the ability would have to compensate for what, even though the darkness ability is a Lagia, but it does the exact opposite. It doesn't make him intangible. You know? He's able to receive damage, but he gets double damage.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a big, especially with Luffy, how hard Luffy's supposed to be hitting now.
Yeah.
That's gonna put Blackbeard at as strong as he is, that's gonna put him at a disadvantage against Luffy. So I believe he needs an ability to, like, in a way that negates that for him. As in,
what's that ability then? It would have to be Marcos.
That's why I thought Marcos.
But we know he's not gonna get Marcos at this point.
Yeah. Unless he shows up here, but instead of taking Kaidos, he takes Marcos.
Oh man, I can't. You know what it is? I would want Blackbeard to get the Zoan Devil Fruit from another crew member. I feel like if he gets Marco's Devil Fruit, right, I'm never going to hear the end of Sebastian saying how like great the White Bear Pirates actually were and how great Marco is and all this, because we know Marco's not great. You know what I'm saying? We know Marco's not great. He's just not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that I wouldn't want to see... I don't think Oda would turn Blackbeard into an actual dragon. I think he would either keep him in hybrid form or something like that. Like, he would never become a full dragon. So I don't think we would get the repetition of him being a dragon fully. He'd be more like a chimera. Like, we all suspected that Kaido would be. He'd be a chimera. Yeah. But he now has the Tenkin ability. He'll have the Logia fruit, which would look awesome with the dragon fruit. And then just having, the ability to earthquake anything at any time.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, put it this way. I think Kaido's flying is better than Marco's flying. Because I feel like just being in the sky like that, what if he just, like, starts quaking like nonstop while being on like the clouds and stuff like it wouldn't look as cool as Marco's ability, but it would bring more of a fear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what I would want. I don't know what fruit I would want Blackbeard to have.
I was thinking about it. How Marco's ability works, it wouldn't really fit with the darkness too, and because remember that one picture we saw, quake in one hand in darkness.
Yeah.
In this one, but if you're using your wings to fly. How are you going to do that? You know, how Marco does it?
Yeah.
You can't, you know what I'm saying? So, you grabbing clouds.
Oda is about aesthetics, too. So, he probably wanted to look like an evil angel or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
It'd have to be his own wings, kind of like not part of the arms. It could be something new, like how we just got introduced to a new ancient mythical Zohan, as in Yamato's ability. Yeah. Right?
Yo!
Well, it could be Blackbeard gets a new ancient mythical one.
Imagine he takes Yamato's ability.
I thought of that too, man. She just rolls up. Nah,
Yo,
man.
we're all suspecting she's gonna do what like Odin did and like join the crew and then come back, be an advisor to Momonosuke or something like that. And that none of that happens. She's not up for stride. Literally, Blackbeard just quakes her and just kills her, bro. Like right then and there, and just takes her ability. I'm gonna be real. That would be the craziest thing too.
That would be a twist that no one like. We just called it now, but
What's
like
the twist?
no way would have probably not too many people would be thinking that like Blackbeard just comes out.
You know what we would need for that to be okay? We would need to see more of Yamato.
Yeah.
We need to see her do more things. Because right now we know she could do some crazy stuff, but she can't fly. Does Blackbeard need to fly?
The only because we were thinking about why the Marco thing and why the flying thing is because Blackbeard doesn't look that mobile. You know?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a stationary person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he is. We don't know. But like an ability that would help him move around would increase the threat that he is.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're
also,
right.
He's probably Luffy. Not saying he'd be fighting people in the air, but because Luffy's extremely mobile and extremely fast. If you're stationary and then also double damage,
Wait,
how you that
though.
much of a
Remember, Blackbeard has to be the opposite of Luffy.
Yeah.
So if he's mobile, that means that Blackbeard has to be stationary then.
But the thing is, stationary with double damage.
Yo, you could be stationary and just have
that's like the
offensively goated.
what I'm trying to say is, but that's like, for example, for Luffy, a matchup for Luffy, that's just a bad matchup. Whoever's fighting Luffy, if you're stationary and you get double damage, how much Luffy keeps increasing his power.
Put it this way.
Put
it this way. We've seen somebody be stationary against Luffy and they've won. This high, not this high at this level, but while he was Gear 4, and that was Dofi. Remember, Dofi couldn't move, man. Like he literally was like, "Yo, I can't move. I'm focused on like putting together my organs. So I can't do anything. So I'm just going to spam and just keep you away from me. But I'm also going to damage you." He did that. Luffy tired out. He couldn't beat him without help. So Blackbeard can pull it off, man. It just depends. Will Conqueror's Haki play so much into that fight to the point where like Blackbeard has to develop his own in order to defend himself? And I think that's an important question. Yeah, like somebody just said Magellan won against Luffy and he has diarrhea. Yeah, shout out to Corn420. Shout out to Sebastian. Sebastian said Black Phoenix Flame, bruh.
Black Phoenix.
But he was like, yo, stop the Marco hate.
What are you doing? We're not even talking about Marco hate right now.
Listen,
We
man.
said there's nothing to like. We're just talking about, and he's still throwing it too. Blackbeard's gonna get Marco's ability. So
Yeah, it
what are you talking about?
doesn't look like it now. It doesn't look like it now.
Yeah, I mean, I think Oda's gonna have something different, which would be cool because, like, where everyone's predicting and you do something different than that, and it's cooler. Like whatever's in, that's dope. You know.
So, let's keep going through the chapter. Like, what else did you think about the chapter?
So we talked about. So again, let's talk about Rob Lucci with Nico Robin again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think how that's gonna play out because it's like the same thing with last time. So now that's another thing they have to focus on, but they don't know it yet.
Wait, what?
Protecting Robin.
Oh, protecting Robin.
Because now they're sending a whole. Because this whole army, not the whole army, but there is an army of ships like we see right here, of world government, and they're. So if whatever Kaido said it is, it looks like their main priority is either Wano or Robin, but it looks like it might be Robin might take over than getting Wano.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no,
So-
for sure. But put it this way, the fact that Robin is so much more important has to do with Kaido losing. If Kaido loses, the government goes, we can now take over the poneglyph that he has. They didn't have that ability last time. Like, Big Mom has 3 poneglyphs in her possession. 2 are, regular originals, and then one's the road, and then Kaido has a road, but we just don't know where it is. But if both of them happen to not be able to be where they need to be in order to protect them, then they're up for grabs. So Nico Robin seems to be the most important person out of this whole war right now, because then they could decipher whatever they need to, unless Im knows everything. So she plays an important part.
Yeah, because she's the only one that could read it and like translate them and everything.
Yeah.
Not that she would for you guys anyway, so I don't even get why you guys are trying to. And then she's trying to kill her. No, they don't want her dead. They want her in their hands for whatever reason. Because first they're trying to kill her, but now they want her in her possession. Maybe the Marines learn something. I mean, or I should say the world government learned something.
Yeah.
Or they see the value of like, hold on, we need the information that she has.
Yeah.
You know, because it could be like the whole, like for example, the blueprints of
Pluton. Yeah.
how they wanted that. So
Yeah.
obviously they're trying to increase their power and maintain their power, of course.
How does Robin increase the world government's power, though? I feel like they know everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would that increase? If
they
anything,
would know that they would know the void history. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
There has to be something else there.
it has to be something else, right?
Yeah, that's
like something they
learn-
don't understand yet.
Yeah, they probably learned something new or don't understand something that they need her for it.
Could be it. So, what do you think about Queen overall? Are you more impressed with Queen as he's just been, getting more screen time? Do you see like him kind of outshining his peers in a way with, everything he's able to do?
Well, honestly, even though like Jack was one of the calamities, or is one of the calamities, he's not dead. Is one of the calamities. To me, they already kind of established that King and Queen were above them. Like the way, like me and Sebastian and I think Lionel mentioned before, the way Jack responded to King and Queen, it showed that he was scared of them. Like you already saw, like for example, how most people are like, all right, you're not the captain, then don't come talk to me. How the Flying Six would show, but obviously the Flying Six are nowhere near even King and Queen, or maybe not even Jack's level.
Yeah.
But Jack showed that it wasn't just Kaido that he was feared. He showed that like while King and Queen were scolding them, Kaido wasn't even there. While they were scolding him, Jack was like, like with his face down, like like they were punking him, something. Yeah. So it showed like the terror that they have, and then like I said, they're the only the endurance and how heavy they are. They're showing that they're really really strong.
Yeah.
Like King and Queen, kind of like they're legit powerhouses.
Yeah, they do seem to be powerhouses.
Exactly, that they're able to like literally they can make a difference in a war.
Yeah.
So I like it too because like also Queen is showing that he's very very versatile. He has a lot in his arsenal. Like because also too that beam that he has was strong enough to affect him. You know, and he's his own. He's showing that he's kind of walking through a lot of stuff.
And it makes it impressive because Sanji's like dodging it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's a good fight. Like I want to see more of I would have better show more elaborate on these fights. Like what Sanji
on these two.
Yes, on these
King
two
and
fights.
Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%. I don't think it should be off panel as much as it's going to be.
Exactly.
I think it's really interesting to see Queen, in my opinion, because Queen he keeps pulling out weird things, and it shows like how much of an effect he is on the crew. Yeah. Like how much of a benefit he is. Like for example, I'm 100% sure he had something to do with Sasaki and the spinning Triceratops helicopter. He had something to do with that. Like he's able to manipulate, just matter at this point. Like there should be no way he should just leave his body and turn into a snake like that.
That's not
what a Brachiosaurus is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I was reading back on Whole Cake Island and why Dr. Vegapunk got arrested by the world government. It was because he discovered the element of life. Like he was able to manipulate that to a degree where it became so dangerous. And I think that Queen is the closest thing we have to Vegapunk right now. So even though I like what King did last chapter against Zoro, and I like Jack because he is the biggest punching bag besides Marco, Queen has been the most impressive. Like he happens to be the one you want on a battlefield because he can not only support people and manipulate people to be stronger in a way, he could also like use his intelligence to create like a disease to fight off people that he doesn't have time for.
Biological warfare.
Yeah, biological warfare. And then also he can just shoot laser beams and do all these things. Like Queen is so impressive to me, at least. Like he really is the most impressive general in Kaido's army until we see more of King.
Yeah.
Right now he's like the one that I'm like, you need him. Yeah. You need him.
No. And it's funny because they have Sanji fighting Queen. But everyone knows, like, for example, Sanji also brings a lot to the table. Like, Sanji and Queen are both very, very intelligent. Yeah. They're both, like, Sanji will do the what was it, Mr. Prince? Yeah. Like, under the scenes, behind the shadows. And, like, he'll do stuff for the adventure, the future of the crew and during the battle because he knows this needs to be done.
Yeah.
Like Sanji will see, like, all right, this needs to be done. I'm gonna do it now, and it ends up bending the crew later during the battle. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like so you have two intelligent people here. So they're kind of similar, like versatile. Even though Sanji, yes, he does limit himself, but now we see he's getting upgrades, right? So it's gonna increase. So it's like the body and hopefully because the suit will be an upgrade for him. So it's like he's becoming his own version of Queen for the Straw Hats. You know, because he's already smart. Yeah, he's not a scientist, but he's already smart.
All right, let me ask you 2 questions. You ready? First question. Do you think Queen used Haki when he swung his sword and hit Sanji?
We know he didn't use Haki hardening, obviously, because the blades didn't harden.
We know Sanji didn't use Haki hardening.
He didn't either.
But did Queen use armament?
There's a possibility. Because I'm going to show you this right now. Because... So obviously it wasn't Haki hardening, and it probably wasn't Rio, but I call it clear Haki when it's like that.
Clear Haki.
Yeah.
So it's like the most basic form of Haki.
Exactly. To me, I'm not going to rule that he didn't because, I don't know if you remember, this wouldn't be the first time we've seen someone use Haki on their blades, hitting a body, like a strong body, and the sword still break.
Yeah.
You know? Because that's going back to Destrosa with the 2 brothers. One was, they're both fighters during the tournament. One was small. And one was big, and they would kind of like form together and like pretty much like remember?
Oh yeah. It was the jacket guy. Yeah.
And then he would he covered his brother, right? And then the guy came to swing him with a Haki and bro, but it wasn't Haki hardening, it was clear Haki, and his sword broke, and he was like, "What the heck?" And that was the first time we seen that. I was like, I didn't know that was possible. I was like, how strong is this person's body? Like, what the? Your physical, no how he just blocked it because that guy, he wasn't really a fighter. He just had a strong physique. So if Sanji's able to do that, that would be dope because it also shows like they're like Haki that it all depends on your strength level of it. For example, like if someone's clear Haki or basic Haki is stronger than their armament, your clear Haki can outrule someone's Haki hardening, like their dark Haki.
Yeah.
You know? So it all depends on your Haki level. It shows, and they're kind of showing that more and more. So someone could be so strong that I don't need, you're using Haki hardening, I could use basic Haki and overpower you.
Yeah.
You know? Like that's, to me, that I like that. That's dope. Because it's not like, oh, if someone's using Haki hardening, I have to use Haki hardening. No, it all depends on your mastery over it.
All right, second question. Is Sanji the strongest cyborg on the crew now? Is he the strongest robot? On the crew.
He was already stronger than Frankie if you add that he's this thing.
Yo, he's really a robot right now. Yo.
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
He's more than a robot or a cyborg he's more than that.
He's like Cell. Like he's like Cell from DBZ. Yo.
Now I'm even more perfect.
I'm even more perfect.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I'm just gonna say I called this.
Wait, you called it?
I called this back when we first seen Sanji's flashback, and they were talking about because I had to figure out what was going on, like why Sanji was this. As soon as I found out he didn't have it, I was like,
"Oh, he's gonna get it."
Yeah, I was like, he's gonna be a late bloomer. I was like, it's gonna awaken later. I don't know when, but it's gonna awaken later because it just makes sense. Because also too, how smart? Because we already see the 3 top scientists. Obviously, Vegapunk's number 1, but it's Sanji's dad, and I guess Queen. They formed the Mads. Like the mad scientists, the Mads, right? So it's them 3. So I'm thinking it didn't make sense why Sanji wasn't working. And the father couldn't understand. I have 3 successes. One's not working, you know? So it kind of showed to me also, usually the late bloomer, for some reason, ends up being, I'm not going to say the strongest, but Sanji already showed that he was able to show the value of it, where he was able to affect his brothers' faces, like kind of like what Queen was doing to his brothers already.
Yeah.
Right? And so now Sanji has his already built up strength on top of this now, so I think he surpassed his brothers physically, you know, because he didn't even move with that like break and everything. Where we see that like they're and also regenerating of that. Sanji's showing that he's probably far exceeded his brothers in that aspect.
Yo, his brothers can't compete. Yeah. So let me ask the number 1 question that everybody probably has been talking about, right? And it always gets the community going. Zoro versus Sanji.
Oh my goodness.
Who winning?
Just because he broke the sword?
Listen, man.
Bruh.
Listen.
Bruh.
Who winning?
Zoro still.
With the upgrade still.
Still.
Yeah?
Yeah, I still got Zoro, man.
Yo, remember, Sanji can regenerate now.
I know.
And you're still getting it.
No, pretty much, right? Like, for example, we already seen Zoro cut.
Yo, the Sanji fans going crazy,
I know that,
bro.
and they should. This is Sanji's time right now.
This is his moment.
This is
his moment.
In a way, low key, he kind of has. If he doesn't, he should, because to me, like how he the greater good, as in the crew, because he just got his power up with his physical body.
Yeah,
and I think this is just I'm hoping this is just the
tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, exactly. That we're gonna see more and more. Like Sebastian Braga, he's not here, but he's like at a walking ability. He's able to utilize fire. He's able to turn invisible. If he uses the suit, turn invisible. Right. He's able to regenerate. Like there's probably more stuff that he's able to do. You know.
Yeah.
So then, with all of that, right, and then with the raid suit, that's like 2 power ups right there.
Yeah,
because
and the thing is, he doesn't even have the raid suit on right now.
Yeah.
So if his body is now acclimated and he feels good, yo, he's gonna have this plus the raid suit.
Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. Is Zoro beating Sanji in a one-on-one?
I'm gonna say this right now. You could probably even get an upgrade because I think Sanji. Remember when he got the raid suit from his father? I gotta look back at it because I think he said out of luck he made the raid suit for him anyway. He said this is yours.
Yeah.
But he didn't know Sanji's abilities because, remember, Sanji was a failure in his eyes.
Yeah.
So did he just make it in a way as Sanji the failure? Because obviously his brothers have a raid suit that's designed for what they're able to do.
Yeah.
You know? So can Sanji get, improve on his suit, now adjusting to the suit to his new found physical abilities?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
you ain't answering my question, man. I know you said it earlier, but we've gone down the road now.
To me, it's he's able to do that, but King disposition and ruled with your attack and with advanced hockey.
So you're saying just because Zoro has Conqueror's hockey and he can imbue it, not consciously.
Yeah, I know he's not consciously yet,
and he has Odin's sword, he can still beat Sanji just because of that.
Well, I'm adding
because right now it don't look like he could beat him right now. I'm gonna be real, yo. I'm gonna go against the grain. I feel like Sanji himself has upgraded to a new height, where if he can regenerate, Zoro can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If he puts on the suit, right? He puts on the suit. His abilities get better. He gets stronger. He gets faster. He can disappear now. He just has so much more to fight with. Yeah. I feel like Zoro needs this upgrade. I think Sanji right now, with Zoro fully healthy, beats Zoro. And I'm going on air saying that. Okay. I think, and I'm not a huge Sanji fan, but I think that Sanji beats him right now. Unless Zoro starts to do Rio, and he starts to do Advanced Conqueror's hockey himself. Not saying, I don't know what that is. He knows what it is. He's doing it. He's able to cut Sanji and really hurt him. And do Rio. Because I don't know if he could do Rio either. Yeah. I just know he has really extremely great hockey. And we know from Garp, who happens to be the plot hole, that you don't need Advanced Conqueror's hockey in order to compete. You could just be straight powerhouse. And I feel like Sanji's taking that.
Exceptions, though. Only to the exceptions.
Listen, if there's anybody going to be an exception, it's going to be somebody on the Straw Hats crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's going to be Sanji.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm on the Sanji wave right now, man. I'm usually not. I'm usually all about Zoro.
It's going to be difficult to answer that question, but the reason why I'm saying is just because, yes, he has regenerative abilities, it looks like, we don't know to what extent, but at least to the part where he could realign his broken bones and refix them what his brothers are able to do.
Yeah.
Right? But it also shows that you can be affected. The fact that it broke in the first place shows that they can be affected. Yes, it's gonna be hard to do because you're already his body's hard.
Think about it. He has forever tech eye, just happening at all times.
And it's gonna be tough. Probably him doing hockey hardening too. So probably gonna make it even stronger. You know.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like Rio wouldn't hurt him as bad as we think it would. For example, Rio goes through the skin. It hits you from the inside out, right?
Yeah.
Let's say his leg breaks. It would just pop back in place. We're talking about Sanji being at these levels right now.
Also,
you know?
too, I will add though. Remember, because I know it's in the broken sword and everything, but remember, if Zoro blackens his blade, I'm not talking about adding hockey to it, but remember, there's only 2 black blades in the entire show: Mihawk's and Ryuma's.
Yeah.
If Zoro blackens his blades, what did Mihawk say? Black blades never break.
Listen,
never
bro.
break.
We gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
Zoro racist. So he not gonna have no black blades, bro.
He's not racist.
We know
at all.
this. We've deducted Zoro will never have a black blade.
Yeah, see, what are you talking about?
He gonna turn it white.
He wanted Ryuma's.
Yo, his black bandana is gonna have a white bandana. Watch, bro. No, I'm joking. He's not racist.
I know he's not racist. But like remember, but yeah, we said it. Black blades never break. So I don't know if he's gonna. To me, I'm just so curious about the black blade thing. What does it take? Because Gold Roger, didn't, and Rayleigh still alive. Their blades are not black. I wonder how much you got to use it, like, because the ones who black it are legit considered swordsmen. Ryuma, like lifetime swordsman. Mihawk, lifetime swordsman, like as in they committed their whole entire life to it.
Maybe it has to do with something only swordsmen can do, and that means having a sense of connection with your sword and transferring your life essence into it. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like that makes more sense because we see it with Odin's blade, right? It turns black immediately, but it also like expects something out of you.
Yeah.
So it takes it away from you as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like only somebody like Odin, his life essence would be that type of sword. Like every sword is different, but I feel like it would, that's Odin's sword. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have to transfer your life into it.
No, yeah,
in a way.
They kind of explain in One Piece that swords have like their own presence or aura or will. You know, like the cursed blades.
Like Shisui.
Yeah, like pretty exactly. Shisui, where when I remember when Zoro still first got Ryuma's blade, right? And he did the flying blade technique. The Ryuma's blade consumed the other blade's flying blade technique. Like it turned it into like overpowered them.
Yeah.
Right? Because the sword's will was strong.
It basically did Getsuga.
Yeah, pretty much. And how like the curse blade, right?
Yeah.
How it kind of kills its owners because it's like, you're not worthy of me.
Yeah.
You know? But when Zoro did it, it wouldn't even cut Zoro. Like, no, you're worthy. You know? So it has its own. The sword could deem.
Yo, real talk, One Piece would have ended right there, bro. If his arm got cut off,
it's like, oh.
It's like, why did I do this? Luffy gonna be hurt.
I know. It's like, so I lost an arm on some stupid stuff. Like, just like,
Oh, man. Yeah, so, before we go, 1 to 10, what would you rate the chapter?
I like the chapter a lot, especially with Sanji. And I'm going to rate it higher because I called it. Yeah. And pretty much the whole thing. And we're showing with Sanji, so I'm going to rate it an 8.
8?
Yeah. Because also the CP in the beginning, the world government stuff, that was dope. Like pretty much behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, I dislike Rob Lucci because I feel like he shouldn't have come back. I feel like we should have been introduced to a newer character that had sort of the same type of feel and vibe. I feel like Rob Lucci's a pre-time skip villain. Leave him there. So every time I see him in a chapter and he seems kind of important, I kind of downgrade the chapter. I don't want to see him anymore. I feel like the chapter was really short.
Yeah, right?
It felt short. And it felt like soon as Sanji got into the picture, things started to roll really fast. And then before anything even happened, it was over. Yeah. I give big ups to that, but it's also like a gift and a curse. Because now it's like, well, nothing happened. I was so excited. Yeah. The chapter only got good then. And it was like the last 4 pages of the chapter. So I got to give it a hard, I want to say 6.5, but I'm going to go 7.
7? All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go 7. I'm going to go 7. I think that's well deserved. You said 8.
Yeah.
I said 7. 8. I wonder what Sebastian would have gave it. I feel like he would have gave it like...
He would have been hyped, bro.
Yeah, he would have been hyped, but I think he would have gave it like a 8.5.
Maybe, because I was talking on the phone, was it yesterday or whatever, and he was like, yo, Sanji might... Because he was OD'ing, like, you know how he gets too excited? Because he's talking about how, I seen Kaido get hurt. I seen these people get hurt. Like, because we've seen Kaido get pierced and hurts, but Sanji's out here breaking, because also...
Think about it this way. Queen. It's a second commander of the Yonko crew. And he didn't even bother blocking it.
But also, too, it's not just like a second commander, because, like, it's like a high second commander. Because Queen could possibly be a first division commander,
Yeah, it's possible.
It's like Queen, he's that strong.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it is a feat. it'd be more if he hockeyed.
And this too, before we go, because I know we gotta go real quick. I think about it this way: Zoro's having an all right time against King, but we know. I'm pretty sure we both agree that Zoro's not 100%.
Yeah.
Even after the medicine, he's just not. He's not full strength. We don't know, right? So Sanji's full strength, and he's fighting somebody that can be on par with King sometimes, in my opinion. I get it. Like, King is always going to be stronger than Queen. Zoro's always going to be stronger than Sanji. But in this terms, man, it seems like it's evening out a little bit to me. A little bit.
It's going to sound, because Sanji was getting, not due to his, like, weakness, but remember, he was getting tortured by Black Mirror before.
Oh, hold on. That's different, though. That's a chick. All right. Anyway.
Brass Knuckles, and he didn't hockey hard in himself.
Yo, it's a chick. She would have hurt her fingers.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's go. I just want to say thank you to everybody that joined us on TikTok, everybody that joined us on YouTube. We greatly appreciate you. Sorry that our wonderful guest Sebastian couldn't be here, but he'll be here next time. I promise you. And next week is break week, so we're gonna go 2-hour special, and we're gonna be having super amount of fun. Just want to let you guys know. Hit the subscribe button, like, follow, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.